production is nothing but an outdoor production where we are going to a location and we are shooting something, which can be an event, which can be a news. If it is a studio production, generally within the studio the event happens and that we record for the transmission. If it is a live or maybe a offline program, but when a event takes place within the studio floor and if we are recording that, it is called studio production. So if you see the field productions, there are two types of field productions are there. One is ENG, second one is EFP. So ENG is nothing but electronic news gathering. EFP is electronic field production. The ENG and EFP is taking place in an outdoor location. Most of the multi-camera productions are studio-based except sports matches. So almost all the sports matches are field-based productions where we are using multiple cameras at a time to capture the event. If you see the electronic news gathering technique, ENG, generally ENG is nothing but when we are using a camera to record an event for the purpose of news gathering is called electronic news gathering. Most of the time, electronic news gathering where you want to record, you are using a single camera, but sometimes depending on the kind of program you are covering, generally you may also use multiple cameras for the purpose of news gathering. In a ENG news gathering technique, the television reporter and along with the camera person is going to the spot to cover the event, and sometimes nowadays with the technology available, the television news reporter himself is acting also as a camera person also and covering the news. Most of the time, if you see the EFP, electronic field productions are multi-camera field-based productions. ENG is most of the time a single camera production. It is also a field production or outdoor production. Depending on whether you are going on live or whether you are going to cover a beat, it is going to transmit later after the recording, etc. Based on that, you are using a OB van or SNG van for the purpose of covering the beat in live. For example, if you are covering something, an event, etc., for the purpose of news magazine. So in those cases, what happens? Generally, the television news reporter goes to the spot or the location or a field. Then he records some visuals for the news magazine, and then that is being sent to the concerned television organization, and where the original footage, whatever is captured by the television news reporter, is edited, and where the narration, if it is there, they can add the narration, and sometimes the bites of the persons who are present on the location, etc., are added, and everything is mixed, and that is being transmitted for the audience later. So that is a kind of offline based program. The field based productions generally takes place in real life settings. If you are covering a news event, generally a single camera and a microphone and basic light, if you have a ENG kind of news gathering, can be recorded. The advantage of electronic news gathering and electronic field production, generally you can avoid huge rentals which we pay for the studio floor. We have two kinds of news gatherings. One is covering a scheduled beat and the other one is covering a unscheduled beat. So most of the ENGs are covering unscheduled beats. But if it is a scheduled beat, generally EFP is a technique where we use to capture the visuals from the location. If it is a multi-camera production, EFP kind of thing, multiple cameras you need for the purpose of capturing the event. But if it is a news, generally one camera is enough to capture the news. If it is offline program, it's okay. A television reporter himself sometimes gathers the news. He sends the footage to the concerned news station, and there it can be edited. And in some other cases, the television reporter himself edits the story, and that is being sent by concerned television news station. Generally, a reporter has four choices. One is if it is a offline kind of program, then he may send the footage to the concerned television news station. But if it is live, generally SNG van or OB van is used by the television news reporter to cover the news. So what is SNG? SNG is nothing but satellite news gathering. So the SNG van or DSNG van is equipped with some facilities like a small production control room where it can accommodate two, three cameras output and audio mixer from different channels, and there is also a preview monitor and also a program monitor. So all this cameras output is connected to the vision mixer, and from the vision mixer, whatever you are choosing for your transmission, if it is live, generally that is being selected by the director or the person who is sitting in that kind of SNG van. Then that is going to be aired for the audience in live. So the output, whatever is selected, it is recorded in the VTR and that is being sent to the concerned earth station. Earth station or teleport is something where the programs are uplinked. So each channel or a television news channel will have their own teleports or earth stations. So from the earth station, the programs or the output signal is uplinked to the satellite. Then from there, we can receive the programs. The programs, if it is a you are using a cable connection, etc., the programs are downlinked at the MSO multi-system cable operators office. From there, maybe you are having local cable operators, and if you see the direct to home technology, DTH, etc., from the satellite, again you may get the live programs. Sometimes there is a new technology called mobile videos. In this kind of technology, generally the television reporter is in touch with the concerned news channel. The television channel shows the photograph of a person who is reporting from the spot, and a P2C is delivered by the concerned television channel's news reporter, and that is being aired in live using electronic field production. So electronic field production uses both ENG and studio-based techniques to produce a program. It can be a live, it can also be a offline program. Sports matches are electronic field productions and they use OB-WAN transmit the programs in live. So generally, EFP also an outdoor program. When compared with the ENG, EFP uses more cameras. When you compare with the ENG can be handled with only one camera if you have one microphone and enough light is there on the shooting spot, etc. That can be managed. But if it is a EFP, you need more lights in the location if the event is happening during the night, etc. And you have to have the number of cameras to record the event, and you also should have the OB van. But SNG, if you compare with the OB, SNG technology, maybe you get only output of 2-3 cameras that can be accommodated in DSNG van. But if it is a OB, there is a wall of monitors. You may have a number of connections. So, for example, if it is 16 cameras are there to etc. Suppose if it is a sports match, that all that can be accommodated in the OB, and so you will see a kind of wall of monitors. We are using 3 cameras for the purpose of capturing the event. The 3 cameras output is recorded on the VTR, and that can be the output signal using the transmitter and the dish that can be transmitted in live. So OB-WAN, if you see, it is a heart of any ENG or EFP, electronic field production. So a typical OB-WAN is divided into 3 parts. The first part is where the director along with the technicians are sitting. The second part is where the audio is managed, where the audio engineer is sitting and is looking after the audios from different channels. The third one is where you have a video library. Along with that, you also have on the roof of the any OB-WAN, you have a dish and also the high power amplifier, which is connected to the dish, and that is helping to send the output signal from the OB-WAN to the satellite. The first part of the OB-WAN, where the producer or the director of the program who is taking care of all the event to be captured for the purpose of transmission. He's looking after the entire team. He is giving instructions to the persons who are sitting along with him and the persons who are there on the location where the EFV kind of news event is happening. So the camera output is coming to here where the director or the producer is sitting. There you may see a wall of monitors. The monitors are getting the footage from the cameras. So the output, whatever is coming from the cameras are connected here with the vision mixer, and here the director or the producer, he may be choosing different visuals for the purpose of transmission, and that is being recorded in the PTR. So here along with that, he may also have a preview monitor and also a program monitor. Along with the director, there are maybe persons who are sitting, graphic engineers, etc. They are the one designing graphics for the program. So here, if you see the preview monitor, which will show the shots which are selected by the director or the producer, and the program monitor shows the feed which is mixed with the original footage and also the graphics which are generated by the graphic engineer that is being added. So then that is going to be recorded on the VTR. Then if you see the sound part of the OB-WAN, where the sound engineer, audio engineer is sitting and he is getting all the audios from the location. For example, if it is a sports match, generally the commentators, etc., they are maybe giving the voice that is coming to the OB-WAN. There are different cameras which are connected with different audio cables that is also getting to the sound engineer, where he is also having audio mixer for the purpose of program. He also may be having a monitor which shows the whatever is output which is coming from this production room from the director's place. So here the audio engineer can see the output which can be going to be transmitted for the audience, and for the purpose of that, based on the directions, he may be choosing the audio which is suitable for the video, and that is going to be recorded along with the visuals. So if it is a sports match, then we also have a video library where the tapes of the previous matches and slow motion software is also there. If you want to play these things in between when the live transmission is happening, that can be accommodated. And along with that, in your video library, you may also have tapes of commercials which are to be aired when the live transmission is taking place. So OB-WAN will have all these facilities. Along with that, on the roof of the OB-WAN, there is a dish and there is also a high power amplifier. So there is a satellite engineer within the studio who is looking after sending the output from this OB-WAN to the satellite. If you see the SNG kind of technology, where the output signal is sent to the concerned channels teleport, and from there the program is uplinked. But if you see in a OB-WAN kind of technology, from this OB-WAN, the output signal is directly transmitted to the satellite, and from the satellite, the programs or the output signal is downlinked at the concerned channels at station, and then From this station, the visuals, the output signal which is transmitted from the OB-WAN and along with the footage which they get from the concerned television channel, that both are mixed and that is being transmitted in live. The requirements of any electronic field production. The requirements are: first is the cameras. Generally, high quality cameras are used for the purpose of capturing the event. Second thing is the vision mixer. The camera output is connected to the vision mixer where the producer or the director will choose visuals which can be going to be recorded for the audience. Then there is a audio mixer that enables the audio engineer to choose output of different channels which are getting from the cameras or from the location. Along with audio mixer, you need to have different mics or the microphones. A microphone may be omnidirectional, bidirectional, unidirectional, or anything. Bidirectional microphones catches sound from two directions, and unidirectional is catches sound from only one direction. Omnidirectional microphone catches sound from all sides. Depending on your event, you may be using different mics. You also need lights. Along with that, you also need monitors to see the footage which you are getting from the cameras. VTRs, videotape recorders to record the final footage, and you also need a power generator or a which can supply power during the event. Then you may also need intercom. Intercom facilitates two-way communication between the persons who are placed at different places and they are recording the event. So all these facilities are needed for the electronic field production. If it is a EFP kind of production, if it is happening somewhere, if you want to see the process or a site survey is being conducted. So most of the time, if it is the director, the production manager, production assistants, producer, etc., they will go to the location where the event is going to happen. Then they will write down what are the problems they may arise during the shoot. So generally based on that site survey, a sketch or a floor plan is being designed. The sketch will guide the persons during the shoot. It also helps the director, the production personnel who are going to be there during the shoot. That also helps them to know where the event is happening, where the cameras are to be placed. If there are not enough light is there, then what kind of lights they have to take along with them, cameras where they have to fix, and where are the other facilities are available, etc. So if it is a sports match to cover in live, etc., a lot of pre-plan is required before you are going to shoot the event.